we left off talking about William Kyle. I was pleasantly surprised by William Kyle. I was not necessarily a hater of the move.
No, just skeptical.
I was skeptical of him because I know he was good in a mid-major school.
Right.
I get that. I think it was South Dakota State, if I remember correctly. But
right.
last year at UCLA, for one reason or another, he didn't really carve out a significant role while he was there. And people kept saying, well, he's a great defender. He's a great defender. Okay, well, when I look at the advanced metrics, why do they say he's not a good defender? I would just point it out, okay? I wasn't going to say he's a bad defender. I just didn't understand it, right?
Yeah.
My first takeaway of William Kyle is he's pretty much as advertised, minus the fact that Evan Maya says he's a bad defender, because I thought he looked pretty good out there. What were your thoughts on him?
Yeah, so he had, 10 points, 9 boards. I think he had a block. He had a couple turnovers, but so did the whole team, and that's definitely, I'm sure, something you and I will talk about. But didn't he have 5 offensive rebounds? I think he had 5, and they had 12 overall.
He's a very active player.
Yeah, so, I'll take that. Yes, please. Absolutely. I was thinking about this the other day when we were talking. I don't know if we talked about, averages for the year, but, for William Kyle, first of all, stay healthy. Don't get in a lot of foul trouble. But, if you can get 1 or 2 blocks a game and 8 points, 6 boards, 10 points, 8 boards, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But and then just, help out, defensively and be a rim protector and all that. Yeah, I'll take that. I think, and I said this the other day, I feel like Syracuse could be a good offensive rebounding team, which isn't always their MO. Well, it's not always their MO to just be a good rebounding team in general, but with these kinds of athletes like Kyle and maybe even Soiree, if, depending on how much he plays, but Sadiq White and Betsey and Donnie Freeman, if this team isn't shooting that great from the outside, I think they have a real opportunity to get, a lot of offensive rebounds and a lot of second chance points. And I always look at those other kind of secondary categories, like second chance points and, points off turnovers and fast break, so yeah, to answer your question, I enjoyed William Kyle's performance on Saturday for sure.
And one of the concerns about William Kyle going into the year was the fact that he's only 6'9". He's not a traditional size for a center. But after watching him, albeit for one exhibition game against Buffalo, I don't know if that's necessarily going to be a huge problem come ACC play. And here's why. He's super athletic and he can jump. So, what would you prefer? Someone that's, I don't know, 7 feet tall but can't jump at all? Or would you prefer someone that's 6'9", but he can jump through the roof? And the way I view it is, well, how high can you get up? So I don't really care if you're only 6'9". If you have a significant vertical, well, then you can pretty much hang with anyone. And before you come at me saying, well, I'm not you specifically, Neil, but before maybe our listeners or viewers come at me with a counter, how are they going to do against Cameron Boozer at Duke? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. No one can contain Cameron Boozer or any of those big time players. It's got nothing to do with William Kyle. It's got everything to do with the opponent. But I think William Kyle, he can be serviceable. Am I expecting 10 and 9 from him every single game? No, I think that would mostly be considered a bonus. But can we get the 9 rebounds? Can we get maybe 5 points?
Yeah.
Can we avoid him getting to the free throw line? Because, oh my goodness, he's a terrible free throw shooter. That is bad. I'll take 5 and 8 a game with a couple of blocks in there as well. He does take some chances as well defensively, I will say. But as long as your rotations are also in place and you understand how William Kyle plays,
all about help side,
that should be
communicating
totally fine.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yep.
He was, I think, 4-7 from the 4-7 from the free throw line. 4-7,
which is surprising. I thought he was worse, but 4-7 is not terrible given his form. I mean, it's a bad form. I don't get it. But
it's not good.
If it's going to go in, and I know it sounds crazy, but given his form, if it's going to go in 57% of the time, I'll take it.
You'll take it?
The way he shoots, it should be a 40% free throw shooter. I don't really understand it, but you know what? That's not terrible. So William Kyle.
Yeah.
Big win for Syracuse basketball. Tyler Betsey, big winner for the exhibition game. Neil, what other questions, though, do you have about this Syracuse team moving forward?
Well, I still think that, again, it's been one exhibition game against a Buffalo team that has been really bad the last couple of years. It's not the NATO, it's Buffalo from numerous years ago that actually beat Syracuse one time and won like 30 plus games. So that, you got to take it with a grain of salt, and no disrespect to Pace on Wednesday, but they're a Division II team, although they were 24-8 last year, pretty good Division II team. So I'm still going to be, in the early part of the season, and after a few games, they got to go to Vegas and play Houston and Kansas. So they'll know right away pretty well. The defense, the center spot, the turnovers, dude. And I know it was an exhibition, and I know it's like the first exhibition and it's the first like unofficial game, but whatever. But come on, man, 17 turnovers, really? I mean, that's just that crushed this team last year. The turnovers and getting, I don't remember the exact margin, but how many points off turnovers they were getting versus how many they were allowing. Interestingly enough, in this game against Buffalo, I think they had 17 turnovers and Buffalo had 16 points off turnovers, but they only had 3 fast break points. So, I'll be looking at Syracuse's transition defense. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's all this. It's not rocket science. It's all kind of similar stuff, but definitely defense, the center spot, 3-point shooting, turnovers. And how are they going to shoot? They shot well against Buffalo. They shot 48% from the field. I think just under 41% from deep, and like 70% from the free throw line. But are they going to be a good 3-point shooting team? Who's going to be the main 3-point shooters? You would assume Nate Kings. You can see Betsey in there. You can see Donnie Freeman. Is JJ going to get his shot up? A little better, probably not. Nate George, what's he going to do from deep? Kiyan, I think, was 2 of 4. So yeah, and those are all, kind of all the main areas. If I had to talk about like questions or the biggest areas concern, I'd still talk about the defense. I talk about turnovers, giving up big leads, getting off to slow starts, getting blown out by better competition. I mean, all of the stuff that from last year. But I think this is a better roster, and we'll kind of wait and see. But and obviously, and health. I mean, gosh, health. I mean, yeah. Let's see.
Always a big question.
Yeah, and it happens to every team. But let's see JJ and Donnie be healthy. Let's see Sadiq be healthy. Let's not have any major injuries,